Hey everybody, what's up? This is Mason Svengros, and I'm going to give my case on Odell and Julio, Odell Beckham Jr. and Julio Jones to the Packers as late off-season acquisitions to the Packer roster this season. I'm going to make this unedited because I'm going to try to make it as short as possible, but I like to ramble if you're new. So, there's two sides of this, right? There's two sides. There's the side of Packer Nation who would say, well, why do we need to bring in an Odell Beckham Jr. and Julio Jones? They're injury riddled. They're getting older. Odell is 29. He's about to be 30 this year. Julio is even older. He's 33 years old. He's really injury riddled. We brought in Sammy Watkins from free agency. Alan Lazard is supposed to be taking this next step. Now that Devontae has left, it's his turn. Randall Cobb is there. We drafted Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. I get that side. But for me, my gut, it tells me, like, no disrespect to any of those guys. It's not a knock on them. I love all those guys. But my heart tells me as a Packer fan, it would make me a lot more comfortable. We lost Davante Adams, statistically the best receiver in the league right now. I feel like we should replace him with an established, legit number one. You know what I'm saying? And yes, there are people like, well, Odell is injury riddled though. Can we really trust him? He's not going to be ready until mid-season. I'm getting to that. I'm going to make my case for that. We're going to start with Odell, okay, because he is the trickier one. He's the trickier one for multiple reasons. He won't be ready until midseason with that ACL. And if it came down to it, would Odell Beckham Jr. really want to come to Wisconsin? It's cold. He spent last year, half of the season in LA, right? He went back home. Would he really want to come to Wisconsin? It's cold. And it's not a knock on Green Bay, it's just facts. There is nothing to do in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There is more to do in Milwaukee, Wisconsin than there is Green Bay. Again, that's not a knock on the city, the town. It's just legit facts. So your gut and your common sense would say he wouldn't want to come here, right? And that's what my gut's telling me. I don't want to believe that. If I were to make a pitch to Odell to come here, I would say, look, man, You've been there, done that for half of a season with LA, right? You got your dream. You got to go back home to LA, where your home is, where it's warm. You got your Super Bowl, though, man. You did that. A chance to play alongside Aaron, even if it is for a half a season. Again, it's almost the same situation, unless his ACL injury progresses sooner, which would be awesome. I feel like you could have another chance here, and to get Aaron another championship, to solidify, the naysayers, just to, solidify that he, is that Hall of Fame. I mean, he's already a Hall of Fame pedigree quarterback. There's no doubt about that. But just to, kind of silence the still present naysayers, right? I feel like Odell, even if it's for a year, man, I don't know. Heat your house up to 90 degrees all year. You've got the money to do it, right? You can do it. But listen, if Odell wants to be like that, he doesn't want to, I respect that. If he doesn't want to come here, Julio Jones would be your next option, right? And he's injury riddled. He's 33 years old. Odell is 29. He's going to be 30, but Julio's 33. He's injury riddled. But I'm telling you, just like Odell, with Aaron throwing Julio the ball, that's a cheat code. I mean, it's easy to say that sitting here before the season even starts, but I'm telling you, just the pedigrees these guys have. With Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball, if Aaron can stay the way he has the past several seasons, that would be dangerous. You add that to what looks to be a pretty good defense, bro, that's scary. That's scary. And I don't know, man. I see both sides, but just in the middle, my gut, I would feel a lot more comfortable with a legit, number one. And people would say, well, yes, but Odell isn't going to be ready until mid. I understand that, but you want to see what, Allen Lazard can do, right? In his new step up role, right? You want to see what Randall can do. You want to see what Christian Watson's got, right? Well, you can do that with Odell. While he's rehabbing, you can see what they've got. You can see what they can bring to the team. And when Odell's ready to come back, he'll be the number one. He'll be in that number one slot. And hey, if Christian Watson ends up being this amazing player, put him in the number one. And then, I don't know, that would be a loaded room. I understand that. But put him at like the number one. Put Odell at 2, Randall at 3, Allen at 4. You can mess it up a couple of ways. Or even, can you imagine a roster of Odell Beckham Jr., Sammy Watkins, Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb? There's a lot of... That would be a loaded room. I understand that. I'm just realizing that now. But there's so many different ways we could play around with that roster. It would just be dangerous. It would be dangerous. But yeah, that's my thought on it. I am in no way a professional. Okay, I'm not an insider. Barely know the ins and outs of the behind the scenes and all that other stuff. This is coming from a genuine fan of a team who just lost their stud receiver, the best receiver in the league, and I'm trying to find a way to... I just want this team to be successful for many years to come. And for right now, my gut is telling me going with a guy like an Odell or Julio, although with the risk, would be an option. It would be the option. I just... Losing that pedigree of talent, I feel like you should trust that almost same level of talent to come in and do their thing. But if you guys want to, you can let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Subscribe if you want to. I usually don't do this type of content, but this year in sports is different, especially for the Packers. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed me rambling. If you want to see more content, more sports content, I'm not only a Packer fan, I'm a Bucks fan, I'm a Brewers fan, I'm a Twins fan, I'm a sports fan, okay? Anything except for like the obscure sports, like, I don't know, lacrosse. Anything but that, or even soccer. I'm not a really big soccer fan. But anyway, I'll see you guys later if you want. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.